and I won't fit in. And because I've lied about being a man, I could have lost my manhood along the way. Like, you know, I've faked being a woman for so long. There is something that is happening in society right now, and I think it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Is that society is lying that women have far more privileges than men in today's society. Women get off with far more than men get off. What happens in this society, and it's a global phenomenon.
Geoman, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, please do.
Why is it that men don't feel, I don't know how to place this question now, but let me just say it, Amy, how it's going to digest.
Please do.
When you catch a man cheating, when he has multiple side chicks, he's a married man. Yeah. When you ask him, his answer is always, men are polygamous in nature. They will always tell you that there's no man on earth that will give you 100% of himself.
Men say that. Who the men say?
Wait, let me finish. They will tell you there is no man on earth that is going to give you 100% of themselves. That the only thing you need to be asking in a man is that if he actually gives you 90 or 80% and still remembers home, I'm talking about the married men, and still remembers home, that you should actually be glad. But for you to be thinking about 100% is not possible. And now, a lady kneels down just because she felt the presence of God, and not just kneeling down, not just about the wedding, not just about the actress or the artist, whoever. Let's generalize it. Yeah. The fact that everyone keeps saying is that women are always kneeling down for clergies.
And not their husbands.
And not their husbands.
Yeah.
My problem is, they're not doing that because they want to. They're doing it for the human beings. And while on the other side, men are trying to convince us that men are polygamous in nature. That it is not possible for a man to stay faithful to his wife in this present generation.
Can I answer that?
Please answer me.
I always tell people this.
Okay.
Anytime we have a conversation, I always tell people, I say adulthood is about responsibility.
Okay.
Adulthood is about, see, with great power. With power comes responsibility. That's what power is. Power is responsibility. When you look at either way, whether it's in a country, whether it's in a family, power is responsibility. Power is not power unto itself, right? When you look at everybody who has been given responsibility, that person is given a commensurate amount of authority or power to carry out that responsibility. But not everybody who has been given power assumes their responsibility. In the power relations between men and women, there's a very interesting thing I find about women when we have these conversations, and we need to correct it for our daughters. Our generation have lost it, but we can correct it for our daughters and our sons growing up, is that women give off all their powers and then somehow expect it back. I will explain this, and I'll explain it very carefully so it's very clear to anybody who is watching. Now, look at this, all right? If today, I work in Sapiencia, for instance, there is no woman on night duty. No. Absolutely no one. It's always a man. Now, when the roster for night duty is written, nobody asks the man, oh, you have a family, or you should be with your children, or you should be... Nobody does that. Do you know why? You are a man. Toughen up. Okay? Now, for every woman who walks within this establishment, they enjoy that privilege. Now, if a woman, I just said, I thought it was 1 month. I didn't know it was 3 months. I just said, that, you know, a woman puts to bed in Sapiencia, she's given 3 months. Okay? She's given 3 months to When your wife puts to bed in Sapiencia, you're not giving 2 days off. In fact, it has happened to every man here whose wife has put to bed. For you to rush to the hospital, you need to get somebody to cover your duty, except you're on official leave before that, which has been agreed. You know why? Hey, nobody cares. Do you know how stupid I will sound I'm having a conversation with a friend. I tell him, just imagine my wife put to bed. They don't want to give me leave. What? But do you know how it's going to sound when a woman says, I was only given 2 weeks? What? What heartless beast is your boss? Right? Privileges. Privileges. If Onitsha is under attack, the military conscription, they're looking for people to go attack the enemy. They come in here. What will happen? Who will they pick? Me and you. I need fast answers. Fast answers. Give me the answer right now. You are not even thinking about it because you know the answer. Right? Okay. Service. NYS through school. I'm married. In my culture, we get married at the age of 23. I'm married. My wife has put to bed. Serve. Hey, throw me to Kano. Imagine me coming up to say, sir, please, my wife just put to bed. Do you know what happened there? Laughter. Men and women will laugh at me. Now, you come in. Pregnancy, you've not said anything. Kano. Hey, Oga. Everybody will say, how do you expect her to? I can go on and on. So we in school, and then we get to the point in life where nature starts. And at 13, 14, 15, 16, nature plays its hand on us, and like we were taught in home economics in secondary school, the man voice, the female's voice. So it's going to get to a time when we start having attraction for each other, and then we want to get to know each other and everything. So I want to get to know the lady, all right? We are peers in the same class, wherever, working in the same office, wherever, and then want to have a nice time, want to go out. Who pays the bills? I can go on and tell you about how, where, and how. Right now in Nigeria, we have so many empowerment schemes. Imagine somebody comes up with something and he says, this is for male journalists. Everybody's going to, what? But then nobody feels anything. They say there's a job opportunity. Opportunities.
So, Geoman,
conclusion, I want you to understand.
In conclusion,
okay,
what you're actually
have you understood that? Have you understood
what
that?
you're trying to convince me?
I want you to understand before I explain.
You are in support of men being polygamous in nature.
No.
No. I want to understand.
No. One thing with intelligent conversations is, one thing with intelligent conversations is not to be allowed to be pushed into what's your conclusion. No. Okay. Because the idea you put forward is as good as the points you raise. For instance, I can say all women are thieves. It's not it. You don't start arguing with me. I need to explain. Where are you coming from? Is your wife actually a thief? And then you conclude.
90% of men have this saying. Like they will tell you that you can't even find them.
No, you have met you have not met 90% of men. If you're on social media, you have also not read the comments of 90% of men. It's impossible. You live in Nigeria, and there has been no study conducted for 90% of men. And there is a way studies are conducted, don't forget. They say men. So what men are we talking about? Are we talking about men who are Ndiabolo? Are we talking about men who are... So I don't play that game. I don't play that game. I never play the game of saying women too, but except I break it down. Having said all of these things about the advantages, now this is what I'm saying about when men say this thing. And I asked you a question. I said, who do they tell these things? Are they telling their wives? Like, I don't understand. Like, listen, if my custom or my religion, we need to be careful when we say this. I grew up in the north. The religion dominant in northern Nigeria permits polygamy. But when people talk about that, they never talk about, and that is why I tell people, they never talk about the criteria Islam places before you do that. Oh, people don't want to talk about that. Do you know why? If you talk about that, then it's not sensational anymore. Islam places, Islam, this is what Islam says. No need to beat around the bush. This is what Islam says. You're going to marry as much as your finance can. But there's a caveat. You're going to love them equally, and you're going to be available physically. You know what that means? For them equally. How many men can love equally? And then cater for their financial needs together. That is why you find when you go to the north, and you know them, you see the poorest of the poor having the only property they have are wives and children. But then are you then looking at the elites, the Muslim elites in Nigeria? Most of them, one. And then some other person, two. It's quite a few. And I'm talking about, the ones I'm talking about are the ones in their 60s, right? My peers in the north are marrying one wife. Muslims, one wife. My peers. All of the people I went to primary, secondary, school with, they're all married to one wife. Every gender has one or two of its lapses. We can talk about lapses, but I'm not going to sit and talk about where people who are lesser than men glorify things. So I'm just imagining what sort of a man would have an extramarital affair and then turn and tell his wife, do you know it's human nature? No, if there are things people say in their parlors but see, between men and female, who is more prone to cheating? It's females.
I've had this friend that said this thing. An old friend, very old friend. No. He's married now. Okay. He said something that he can't be with just one person. Even if he's married. Even if he's married, he can't just be sleeping with his wife alone. Because he feels his flimsy excuse was that
married?
When he made the statement, he was not married then.
It's like me talking about what I would do when I have a Ferrari.
Wait. He's doing it. Obviously, he is doing it now. He's doing it now. So he said that when he's married, he's not going to be staying with just one wife, because his own excuse was that he wants his wife to still look beautiful and hot for him. And because he feels that he wants to be doing it all the time.
He's irresponsible. That comment is irresponsible.
He wants to be doing it all the time, and because if he keeps doing it with just one person, his wife is going to look flat.
I don't know why you listen to irresponsible.
So he feels he wants to be getting it outside, and now he's married. He's having side chicks everywhere. So
did you tell me that factor is irresponsible?
This kind of person, when you just ask him, he'll tell you men are supposed to have plenty people. And not just him. These men are polygamous in nature is always making me crazy. Because why would you want to be with plenty women if you got married? Why can't you just stay on the street?
We've changed the topic, but I like where
I know.
I like where we are, but let me tell you this. You are talking about a problem, but you are looking at the wrong people to solve it.
It's not just the wrong people.
You are looking at men. It's women.
How is it the women?
Women are listen. Let's say this. A man can lust after as much. See, a man can lust after women as much as he wants.
Do you know
women give
some of
the
them
key.
even
Listen,
like are not married?
No, it's not about the men.
Okay, I'm listening.
When it comes to infidelity,
I'm listening.
It's about the women. It's about the women. Where you blame men is when men take from women and refuse to commit. Right? We are adults. And so we need to put this conversation in proper perspective. When you're talking about promiscuity, It's the women. It's only women who can solve that problem. Because the woman controls access to, they do. And they have 100% control of that. Where men have 100% control over is commitment, offering commitment after. So if the conversation today or any day comes to, why would a man spend this level of time with a woman and leads her on, and then not at the end of the day don't offer commitment, then I will talk about that problem men have. But if you are talking about this, because women are attracted to, women are attracted to men, not in ways men are attracted to women. So men are attracted to women for something else. And that first, and then other things follow. But if that first one does not happen, he doesn't see anything. I mean, people say it, and then they reduce it to, they're saying men are visual beings. So I'll just reduce it, but that's a small way to talk about men. But men are visual beings. So the man will see first, and then he sees, and then he wants, right? Women are different. What are women attracted to in men? So men walk into him. So it's his masculinity. It is his finance. It is his looks. So women go, so you find that most women are looking, so there's a cleaner he walks into a restaurant, and then there's a waiter, and she walks in and she serves. A man can be attracted to that. You know it happens. You see men do it. But does that happen to women?
Okay, let's bring it down to our conversation.
Please.
Women kneeling down to clergies. Do you not agree with me that they are actually attracting the Spirit of God in them, the presence of God? They're not just kneeling down.
You know, like I said, I'm not questioning that. I said I agreed. Perfect.
Okay.
But I said, and that is why each time you say this, I remind you of the clergyman who told, he didn't stop them from falling under the anointing. He simply said, please, when you fall under this anointing, don't come close to my speakers. See, I'm trying to help, you know, I'm just like a brother to females today. And I'm just telling you what only a brother would tell you. I'm not telling you what a husband or I'm not telling you that. Maybe this is how I give back to society, because I don't have a sister and I don't have a daughter. And I just wish I had one. Listen, the truth is, no man is comfortable with this. And that is why I told him, any man who will rub it on the nose of his wife that he keeps extramarital, any man who will do that, he's not a man. See, you know, the problem with our society today is that, and that's why I don't follow social media so much, is that, you know, all manner of ill-bred idiots are shaping opinion out there, and it scares me. So each time people talking, they say men, and I listen to the kind of men they are talking about. These are not men, right? And also when people talk about women, and these are not women, men. I know women, right? And listen. The truth is this. Honestly, she might have the best of intention. She might, when people say, no, she might not have anything to do with that man. But I'm simply saying, look, men are territorial. Dogs are. It is true. Men are also, it's responsibility. It is commitment. And so when women say this and they say all men are dogs, they only pick one nature of dogs. But the funny thing is, they leave other nature of dogs. I completely agree that all men are dogs. But do you look at the beauty of a dog? A dog always protects its own. A dog will put itself under pressure, danger, even danger of death, to protect its owner and, you know, the family. A dog will roam. A dog will always come back home.
It's not all dogs. A cookie.
A dog will look at your neighbor, and your neighbor has more food. Always, the dog will go there, eat the food, but the dog always comes back home. A dog protects its own. The most loyal.
I just like the way you're answering this question.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Question.
I'm just saying.
You're just indirectly supporting them.
No, I'm just saying all men are dogs. I agree with you. But when you're talking about a dog,
you're trying to paint everything to look so beautiful.
Correct me if I'm wrong. About a dog now.
You say painting, trying to turn a dog into a beautiful creature. He's a protector.
If a dog is not a beautiful creature.
I understand where you're going.
Does a dog by itself?
I understand where you're going.
We love dogs.
You say dogs go out and eat in a neighbor's house and still come back home.
I'm saying it doesn't. I've not seen a dog that would leave. Because
I know what you did there. I know what you did there.
All right.
It is always there. Like they will always say that men are polygamous in nature. But when a woman does one thing, it goes that she's not supposed to do it.
No. But women, when it comes to infidelity, a man can't compare to a woman. The only problem is men are forward, right? Men, and that's why when people say this man is abusive, they're just talking about him being physical. Women are the most abusive creatures on earth, but they do theirs differently. They gossip, they tear down character, they manipulate him to anger.
Men gossip these days. In fact, they gossip more than women these days.
Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of men today are now women. All right, Sapiencia Express.